Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm just going to change the name here so you can see what my name is. Because my name is not 99. My name is Shawn Allen McLaughlin. All right. There we go. Hey, hey, welcome, welcome. So it is Friday Eve. It is 6 p.m. on the East Coast, and that is the time that they have things set up for is East Coast. So if you're watching this later thinking it was a different time, that's okay. These are all recorded so that you can watch them at a later time. You can always reach out to me in the Q&A button and you can ask your questions. And also, you can say, first off, what's your name and where are you zooming in from? My name is Shawn, and I am zooming in from Brooklyn, New York. And we've got, Sharon. Hey, Sharon. Linda is good. Linda is my dog. Her name is Linda Evangelista. She's doing really well. We went on some adventures today. I took her to the public library to go take out a DVD because that's why I use the public library. And we also went to the store and we went to the bank. So she got to have time outside. Hey, Kai, welcome. We've got Adam here from Glidden, Wisconsin. All right, welcome. And yeah, it's like, hey, 99. That's right, Freya, you got the joke. And Freya is here from Portage, Indiana. All right. And we've got Maurice from San Diego. Welcome. We've got Carrie in Delaware. All right, Carrie. And Mike from New Jersey, right across the river. All right. And we've got Rena from North Carolina. Very nice. We have, hey brother, Rob from Miami, Florida. You came back. All right. I'm so happy to see some returning names. And I know a lot of people that come to a lot of the workshops, and it's so great to see everyone's name. We've got Sandy from Southern California. Welcome. We have, I think it's Abel or Abel, but I think it's Abel from Oklahoma City. All right. We've got Jackie zooming in from North Carolina. Zoom, 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 zoom. We've got Steve from Dallas, Texas. Welcome. We have Dejan from Baltimore, Maryland. Very nice. It's such a beautiful, beautiful city, beautiful people. And we've got Bob from Pushlink in Canada. I don't know exactly where it is, but it's the coolest name ever, and I love saying it. Mia from Texas, welcome. And we have Iker from Omaha, Nebraska. This is great. We've got lots of people, and now I'm going to check the chat because now they allow the chat as well. And now I get to read both. That's just for me to say out loud because I'm not used to it. I'm used to just the Q&A. We've got Erica from Northeast Georgia. Very nice. Jean-Paul from Annapolis, Maryland. I've never visited Annapolis, but I'm sure it's just as wonderful. I've only been to Baltimore. We've got Eric from San Antonio. Very, very nice. That's such a beautiful place. We have Andres from Boston. All right. New England. Rhonda from Nebraska. All right. Representing Nebraska. Wonderful. Marianne from California. We've got Joe from Hampton, Virginia, and Shauna from Atlanta, Georgia. And Bob has Puslinch. I know, I want to say Pushlink. I don't know why, but Puslinch is uh 50 miles west of Toronto. Yeah, that's good to know. Thank you, Bob. And we've got Jessica checking in from Orange County, New York, currently in the hospital. I hope you feel better, Jessica, or whoever you're visiting feels better, or if you work there, I hope you're kicking butt. Um, you never know. Uh, Paul is coming in from London, Ontario. All right. I love that we have the Canadians here as well. I love Canada. I grew up on the border in Vermont. My town was on the border. So I grew up about 3 miles away from Canada. So now that we've got everyone in, I like to do that for the first 5 minutes. This is your first workshop with me. So today we're going to talk about commercial auditions, which is like so much fun. Such great things that you get to do, such great experiences I've had doing commercials, but also I just enjoy commercial auditions because I think they're fun. So just to explain how it works with auditions, usually there will be some sort of casting, and a casting notice will be put out. And I know that 99 has them. I personally don't have access to them. I'm hired to just to teach you, so I'm a private contractor. So I know that there are castings, there are listings, and they will list what they need for different projects. And oftentimes those are commercials. And just think about all the different kinds of commercials that exist. Um, there's the old school traditional commercials that everyone remembers from growing up watching TV. And they still have them, by the way. Like they're all over the place. And Steve is coming in. All right, happy Friday, Steve. Greetings to you as well. Welcome back. Um, so now it's just on streaming. If you have any of those channels like Pluto or Roku TV or Google TV, all of those free channels have commercials. So it's actually, even though like regular broadcast TV, ABC, CBS, stuff like that, cable is not as popular anymore. People are watching the free stuff, and those all have commercials. So it's a great time to be an actor auditioning for commercials. There's more chance of booking them because there's just a lot going on. So they film commercials all over the country, all over the continent, really. And it really just depends on the production company and where they're based. And sometimes they need a specific place, so they'll use a specific area. I know that sometimes a company will have their headquarters near a certain area, and so they do a lot of commercials nearby there. So it's good to know your region. And when I say region, it's like within usually a flight of like a couple hours or like a drive of like a longer drive. But like, like you can get to it for work pretty easily, you know? So within a region, there's like different sections of US and Canada where there's production. And if you're not maybe in that town, you can still audition because they often, if they really like you, will help you out with travel. So that's just something I like to remind everyone. For example, the last audition I did was not last audition I did, the last commercial I booked was for Maryland Lottery, and we shot it in Baltimore, Maryland. I live in Brooklyn. They were okay with that. They paid for my train ride. So it was wonderful. They paid for my train ride and for my hotel while I was there. So that happens. And then that didn't come out of my pay. Like I still was paid. So um there are examples like that all the time where they have people travel. Sometimes they don't pay for your travel, and sometimes you're like, I want to do this. I'm going to get paid more than the travel costs. So for the experience, I'll do it. There's lots of things that exist. So when these castings are there, yeah. Kai, sorry, I forgot about Tubi. It's excessive number of commercials, especially during movies. There you go. Plenty of opportunity for work. Thanks, Kai. So when there are these castings and these notices, they will sometimes have them up on different sites like 99. There are people who are casting directors, and there are also sometimes just the people that own the company or they are producing the commercial or they're like somehow involved with making it happen, but maybe they're the director. Any of these people can post a casting. And that's what each specific casting has is different listings of what they need for the people who are speaking or the star of the commercial if there is no, they call it hero if there's no lines, like the hero of the commercial. And if you are specifically listed as someone in that commercial, whether you have lines or not, you're paid for a principal role. And then there's all the background. So sometimes you get to be in a commercial, even if you audition and you don't get it, they'll still have pay you to be featured background or something like that. And that's great too, because it's experience and you get to know people. So for the audition, if you submit, there will be a breakdown usually of the different types of roles, and then they will, if they want to see you, they will say, please submit. You'll get a message from them either through email or through this site. There'll be a message that says, please do a self-tape. And you'll do a self-tape of what they send you. It is usually the commercial that they want to do. And I think it's fun because these are all just short. They're 30, 60, 90 seconds. They're not very long, 60 seconds maybe at most. So think about like all the commercials that you really love that are really fun. And we have Antoine from Louisville, Kentucky. Welcome. So think about all the fun commercials. Commercials used to be back in like the 80s. They were mostly like spokespeople saying things about things. There's a voiceover saying, you really need to try this ketchup. And people did. They're like, okay, I'll try that ketchup. Commercials they just weren't that hit. They weren't that fun. There were a couple that were fun, but they were kind of sticky. Like it was just like, there's an old lady saying, where's the beef? Commercials nowadays are usually more like a scene. Think about like Jake from State Farm. Like he's the famous one now, like he's the character. He gets paid a lot to be in those. But all the other people that are in those commercials are actors and models that are hired to be in it. So they auditioned, to be in that commercial with Jake from State Farm. So so all those commercials that you see are just kind of like fun, quirky little things. Sometimes they're very emotional commercials. Sometimes there's those car commercials where, it's a dad helping his daughter, um, helping his daughter like with her Christmas, sale of hot chocolate, and it's very heartwarming because she gives all of her money to charity at the end. That's just one of the auditions I've auditioned for. So sometimes they're more heartwarming, but still they're usually pretty uplifting. Nothing's like a downer with commercials. Um, Oh, where's the beef commercial? Thank you for that, Gregory. I'm not going to read it out loud. I mean, so the woman who did What's a Beef? She had never acted before, had severe emphysema. When she spoke, the entire production crew laughed at the jarring constraints of her voice to her appearance. She was cast immediately. That's fun history on Where's the Beef. So, guess what? I bet you they didn't go into that commercial, even in the 80s, with Where's the Beef, you know, thinking, uh, I want this specific woman. No, she was there, she did it, and that's what's so great about modern commercials is they take the person that you are and they add you in, and it's fun. Pharmaceutical commercials are wild too. They actually pay a lot of money because they're pharmaceuticals oftentimes. So that being said, the best thing that you can do is go into it and have a little bit of fun. So let's say you get a script, and I'm going to pull up one of my scripts that I had just to show you and to show you what a script looks like when you are getting an audition. Because you'll get it and you'll be like, huh, I'm not quite sure what this even is. Uh, okay. So this is what I got. I'm I'm gonna share it for you right now. Share the screen so you can see it. Um, this is what I got. So Zoom. It says uh, a few people are on a work Zoom call. Um, boss, anyone have something new to share? The other person, Doug, brightens is about to speak when we cut to animation of new Maryland lottery games. Um, I wrote in Maryland to find it, so Maryland is highlighted. Announcer. Everything is new, new, new at the Maryland Lottery. New games, new prizes, new ways to win. Play one of our newest games like Ms. Pac-Man, Scratch Offs, and you'll have a chance to win cash or even a home arcade machine. There are always new ways to win with the Maryland Lottery. We cut back to the Zoom call. The person who had reacted relaxes as though they've just finished speaking. Boss. Thanks, Doug. Does anyone have any new work things to share? Announcer. Play today. So, that is to show you that is a very straightforward, it's a Zoom. We're on Zoom right now. And although I can't see you, like this is what a Zoom, we all know what a Zoom meeting is. Um Jean-Paul, the only time I see dry reads, which is like a cold read, um, is when you show up and they have something else for you, or they're like, we just got this. You're maybe on a Zoom audition that's live, and that happens sometimes where you have a live one, and then they'll send you something and be like, look this over in your room, and then you'll do a cold read of it, and that happens sometimes, but usually you'll know ahead of time. Okay, so this is it's funny, right? So I get this audition. And what I will tell you, I'm using this as advice to tell you. Have fun with it. I had to be the Zoom boss. I'm the only one with the lines. They definitely enjoy, so I would recommend if you want to work in commercials to take an improv class, even an online one if you don't live in a community that has improv classes in person near you, take one online. Do it. They have them. They have them all across the country. You can do an improv class, save up for it, do it because it will help you. Because improv really is about just saying something, anything, and usually just saying something is funny. It's not just saying random as in I have nothing, has nothing to do with this, but kind of the first thing that comes into your head that has to do with what we're talking about. It doesn't even have to be funny. It's not like written like a joke, but whatever you say is new and interesting because no one else has thought of it, and so it is funny. So I recommend taking an improv class because for this, they really wanted to have an improv like a little bit before and a little bit after so that they could have a whole thing. And they also wanted you to do it three different ways. And they kind of gave examples of some of the ideas that they had for ways to do it. But like something I will tell you now, for commercials, don't think too hard about it. Don't try to get into, oh, I need a character. I need to think about, oh, what's his backstory? You can do that if you want, but really, all you need to do is be yourself. That's the most important thing. Be yourself because you are gold. How you would say the line is better than how you think you should say the line. How you would just say something, how you would react is better than what someone thinks is best to do. So that's what I will say right now. Your natural speech, accent, way of speaking, way of talking, way of looking and reacting to things happening as they go is more valuable to producers and directors and people who want to cast you than you coming up with something funny. So come up with funny things, but just be yourself, and that's way better. Um, and then over time, you match that with technique and you match it with being able to capture yourself in moments where you need to say the line and be yourself. So you kind of do both. So really think about how you could be a few different ways. And when they say do it different ways, they really mean come at this with a different opinion in the moment as that character. In a really fast way to give you just four very different kind of opinions. Okay, think about it. It's cups. 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 Okay. Caring, meaning that you care about what is happening and that you could be worried, but mostly you just want to make sure that everyone, it's like you have emotional attachment to everything, caring. Upbeat. You want people to feel good. Maybe you feel good, but also like it helps if you have an attitude of like, let's stay up, let's have fun, let's party. Whatever that is for you. Again, this is you taking that professional. How would you be if you were to just be as professional as possible? Does that mean that you lose all of the fun and you just keep it very serious and you try to stay serious? Sometimes that's really funny. When people try to stay serious in a crazy situation, so professional, and then sarcastic. Sarcastic means negative. You see it in a negative way. And I use the word sarcastic because sarcastic is a little bit to yourself. It's a little bit drier. It's not angry and loud, but you're not happy with the situation. So the face I'm making right now, it's a little sarcastic. Okay. You know, you're saying positive things, but you're saying it like this. You're like, yeah, I really like your hat. That's really nice. Sarcastic. So you could say the same line all those different ways. I'm going to show you what I did for my audition. I booked this. So that's the one I did in Baltimore. So it already has aired. If you live in the Baltimore area, you may have seen it. I have never seen it, only because I don't live in Baltimore. And it's a local commercial, so I have no idea what this looks like. I had so much fun doing it. But let me just show you what it looks like. Uh, okay. So this is take one. I'm going to show you take one, share sound, share. Uh, all right. So I'm just going to play this. Mm-hmm. Hmm. Yes, yes. Linda, again, could have been an email. So thank you. Anyone have something new to share?
I would like to add everything that's new at the Maryland Lottery. There are always new ways to win with the Maryland Lottery.
Thanks, Doug. All right. Does anyone have anything new about work to share? No. Okay. Quarter three. Let's get into it. Okay, so that is one way of doing it. I'm going to show you the other two ways really fast so that you can see I did them three different ways. Let me show you share. Uh-huh. Oh, wow. Uh-huh. Yeah, you know it, Linda. Anyone have anything new to share?
I would like to add everything that's new at the Maryland Lottery. There are always new ways to win with the Maryland Lottery.
Doug. All right. Anyone have anything about work they'd like to share? No? All right. That's it. Ugh. All right. So that was a bit more sarcastic. Just I enjoyed playing the jerk there, a little bit of the jerk boss. And then this last one is um yeah, so the first one was a little bit I was a little bit more like caring. Like I really wanted to be like I did it's like I was a little bit worried that the meeting wasn't going well. You could see that. And so thank you for saying these are very sweet. These are very sweet. But then the second one was very sarcastic. And then this one, just to show you the difference. Oh, Linda, thank you as always for brightening up our day. That was great. That was great. Does anyone have anything new to share?
I would like to add everything that's new at the Maryland Lottery. There are always new ways to win at the Maryland Lottery.
Thanks, Doug. You know, I think I needed that. All right. Does anyone have anything about work they'd like to share? Going once, going twice. You know what this means. Dance party. Okay, so that is just to show you can do the same exact line three different ways. Okay, and it's not just the line. Something else I wanted to show you with this is there's part of it where you see me auditioning and I am uh listening, and I don't have the line, someone else has the line. And so you have to be with that same opinion throughout. And what happens in a commercial is there is a change, there is a shift that happens. But in commercials, don't try to be like a character that goes through, and has a life-changing, altering thing, because that's usually not what happens in a commercial. Commercial, it's just like something shifts, something, it doesn't have to be your personality in the way you think about things. So, honestly, Nicole, I gotta tell you, um, I did so many different versions in the room. Also, taking improv is great because with commercial, you have a lot of improv directors. So when I worked on this commercial, he just would be like, try it like this. And I did it again. I probably did it 30 or 40 different ways, but not in a frustrating, like, try again, try again. No, it was like, do you want to try this? Do you want to try this? Do you want to try this? And so each time I did it, it was fresh and new and fun. And then we just had a blast. I had so much fun. I laughed so much. So just know that you have the ability, all of you, to say, this is my opinion, and have that be what that commercial is. And I think it's important to at least do two takes. They asked me to do three. So sometimes commercials will ask you to do three because they really want that. So just really go through your thing, go through your cups, try to find it. And there's other things besides cups. There's other things besides caring, upbeat, professional, and sarcastic. There can be fake. I think the first one was pretty fake. The first one was like phony. So maybe like, cups with the F. So thank you for thinking I was giving Stephen Carell, and Spacey's a good actor, so I'll give him that. And Bob, I know you're working on a commercial, so think about that when you're working on your self-tape tonight. Just try to do a couple different takes, okay? So maybe one take, you just stick to the script and you just do it kind of exactly what they ask for. Sometimes they ask for something, and honestly, as an actor, I find that to be a bit depressing when there's commercials are specifically like, do it like this. So do it for them. Do it for them. Do exactly what they ask for, one of the takes. And then give them something else. And I say if they ask you for something, give them one or two other options. Opposite, something very different. So know that you have the ability to take a line like this. And I'm going to go through and I'm going to show you a bunch of different, just like simple scripts so that you can choose, a few different ways to do it. So that when you have an audition that comes in, you'll feel confident knowing that you can do it more than one way. Oftentimes when people do a different take, you think you're doing something different, but you're just really no take can be the same. No one can copy the exact same thing every time they do it. This is great, Kai. Could we do it like an irritated form? Yes, irritated is great. Like we could have something better to do than do a work meeting. I think that's what my first one. A little bit more irritated, trying to keep up the energy. It's like, ugh, I gotta listen to this. This is irritating. So that's great. But like when you're irritated, think about what you do. Like when you're irritated, you like kind of wait for people to talk. You're listening to them and you're like, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And you do like little smiles that are strained. You're not like, you know, because it wouldn't go over well if you behave like that. But so just think about when I'm irritated and I have to be with people, how do I behave? It's oftentimes it's like this. It's like I cross my arms and I'm like, mm-hmm, mm-hmm, okay, yeah, yeah, I'm fine. So that's my opinion in the time, but then you have to follow through with the behavior that matches it. That's a whole nother thing, and that's an acting class that that's something you do when you go and you take your improv classes and you meet in person, or you work on set and you just figure it out. Because oftentimes, to be honest, I didn't know a lot of things, and then you show up, and the best thing you can do is say, I'm going, I've been cast in this. I really don't know what I'm doing because this might be my first time. And don't be afraid to ask questions. Be like, do you need me to do it again? Or do you want me to do it the same way every time? Or do you want me to change it up? And then they can be like, oh yeah, let me think about that. Yeah, let's change it up. Because maybe they didn't know. So always remember that like when you go into an experience, oftentimes there's so much going on with TV and film and commercials. Commercials are fast. They got to do it real fast. They've made a decision on the clothing and the background and all of the things and the director and who they're cast, but sometimes they don't quite have it down what they want totally. So if you allow yourself to go into the situation, know they cast you mostly because of who you are and how you delivered the lines, not that you did it perfect, but there was something about the way you said it that just was like, yeah, that person is exactly what I want in this commercial. So let's think about that. Like you need to find a way to say the lines so that they're natural and that they make sense to you. So let me pull up another random like, you know, audition that was a random because I have such random auditions for um sometimes it's voiceovers, and voiceovers, I gotta tell you, are hard. Those are commercials. Voiceover commercials they are difficult. And I will say they are only because um they that they will tell you they want it to be have no emotion, but like they need emotion. And they'll tell you that they want it maybe to be like, oh, just lots of gravitas, which just means like, there's a lot of seriousness to their tone. But really, everyone sounds different when they say things like that. So take all that stuff away and just do it the way you want to do it. And that I think is actually like the way I think most people should do it. Um, yeah. You know what? Some of these are just also commercials have really bad, just really bad lines. And so I'm trying to show you um some just maybe not great dialogue so you could just learn, oh, I just need to just like do it. You just have to find a way to make it okay. So this is let me okay, so I think this I will show you. It's just really funny, and I don't know if it actually ever aired. Um, but just to show you a really good script. Like this is a really good one. This was for Dunkin' Donuts. I don't think it ever aired. So as we open on someone in a close-up, furrowing her brow, focus on something. We can see her arms moving, but we can't tell what she's doing. She looks deadpan to the camera, giving it almost seductive glaze as she speaks. I just love shaking that S. She's talking about espresso, shaking that S instead of shaking that ass. So I just love shaking that S. A timid friend says, I've never shaken that S before. And then, they say, don't be silly. Can't think of a better time than right now to shake that S. And then it cuts back to them. She's shaking the espresso drink in her hand. So it's funny. It's a play on words. It's a parody. It's like it's all the lovely things. The timid friend says, "Am I shaking that S now?" Timid friend shakes his espresso. "You're shaking that S like a natural." It's funny. A pompous woman. "I, for one, can't wait to shake that S." Someone wearing a fur coat that just arrived at the party. I love it. It's very funny. Nothing worse than waiting to shake that S. And then the DJ is everybody shake that S. And then my audition was for the server. The camera whips to a server holding a tray full of shaken espressos. And there's like it's supposed to be a fancy maybe it was Sabrina Carpenter. I don't know. I didn't do it, so I don't know who it was. But who else needs to shake that S up in here? They shake the shaken espresso. So like this is funny, but you have to do it with a straight face, you know? Um, so anyway, this is the script. I'm gonna see if I can find the three the three things that I did. Pretty sure that I have them here. Um, oh, this is the Sabrina Carpenter Dunkin' Donuts commercial. I'm so happy that I got to audition for this, even though I didn't get it. Um, Sabrina, very good. Thank you. Let me see right now, because I'm pretty sure that I have something in here. Hmm. Well, I did have it. I don't think I have it anymore. It's a but just to show you that that's a lovely and yeah, the Dunkin' espresso is pretty funny. Let me just see really fast. No, I don't have that here. But that is an example of a really good script and a really fun script. And in that one, they had me do it three different ways. I just did it. I just did it three different ways. I did it like a bunch of different ways for them, just because I think that it's good to mix it up. Um, I did two different takes for this one. That was a very simple one, just to show you, very simple. Two different takes of what let me see, take one. So here's take one. It's like a
So glad we could finance your new data center.
bank.
All 500,000 square feet of it.
Couldn't have done it without you and Old National Bank. With your insights across inventory, cash flow, risk management, even my capital structure. Just wish you could be here right now.
Yeah, I think we came in different doors.
Oh, I mean, it's 500,000 square feet after all. Yeah, I'll be right there.
So that's one take of that. Take one. So I'm gonna delete that. And then I did the same exact thing, and then I made it just a little bit different.
So glad we could finance your new data center. All 500,000 square feet of it.
Couldn't have done it without you and Old National Bank. With your insights across inventory, cash flow, risk management, even my capital structure. Just wish you could be here right
now. Yeah, I think we came in different doors.
Oh, I mean, it's 500,000 square feet after all.
Sorry, that was the same one. I'm obnoxious. I can't believe that I showed you the same one twice. You're trying to do like a million things with. Well, let me show that for you again. There we go. All right. It was frozen the whole time. I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry about that. Let me go back to Zoom. There we go. Share. Okay.
So glad we could finance your new data center. All 500,000 square feet of it.
Couldn't have done it without you and Old National Bank. With your insights across inventory, cash flow, risk management, even my capital structure. Just wish you could be here right now.
There you are. I think we came in different doors. I'll come to you.
All right. So all of that just to show you different ways to do it. First, that one was very just like warm and upbeat, and the other one was just kind of like serious. And then that's just to show there's just different ways to do it. Always different ways to do it. Um, the main thing you want to think about with commercials is that it's you got to get the lines out. You just memorize those lines. Like if it's a whole bunch of dialogue, try to get make sure that you have it memorized so that you can do it if you need to write it out on a board and put it up so you can just read the dialogue while you're acting. Um, Sometimes commercials will have you say things directly into the like camera because it's much more of a spokesperson. So that's a different feel to it. That's like those commercials where it's like talking about, yeah, when I started taking this medicine, it really helped. And I feel so much better now. Yeah, I'm really happy that I did it. Or like a doctor being like, make sure that you know about all these different things that can go wrong if you take this medicine. So those are difficult. So for those, you can use for whenever you have to look into the camera and deliver dialogue like that, there is a teleprompter app. I use one that's just called teleprompter. It's free for like for you're only doing like 30 seconds. So it's not it doesn't charge you to do something like that. You can put the script in it, you put it close to where you are on your phone so you can look at it. And or you could put it right on your computer and use it there and record the scene like that and look directly into it and read it. Because if you just want to make sure that you have what I said earlier about having an opinion. My opinion is that I'm very professional right now, and I'm going to say this so that you understand and that this is my job, okay? So, but I'm going to do that, but I'm also going to read the lines that are coming up right now on my screen so that I get them all correct. I'm still going to say it the same way that I made the decision to say it, but I'm going to say it like this. And every single thing I say is correct because I'm reading it, and that's fine because that's what they do in real life. So any tricks like that, if there is a something that you have to say directly to camera, if you're like reading a script that you can tell is a spokesperson script, then you can read it to camera. That's okay. You can do the uh um you can do the teleprompter because I think it works really well. Nicole asked a question. I mostly worked on making little self-promo videos involving music, have yet to post an acting reel. Do you have any place where we can get commercial scripts or short little monologues that are modern? Um, Honestly, play around. You don't want to use stuff that already exists, but if you want to have fun, like you say, you make little self-promo videos involving music and like make up fake commercials for yourself. And have Gemini or, you know, Chat GPT or something help you with that. Let's say you don't know how to write a commercial. You come in with the idea of like, I would love for you to write me a commercial that is for this. Make up a product name, make it all up and do it if you want to do that. Like, don't pick stuff that already exists because we already know it exists. But for a fun like 60-second thing that's modern, it'll help you. So I think that's where AI is great. It's used as a tool. You're still going to have the idea, it's just going to help you refine it. Okay. So I think that's great because then you can actually have something that seems fresh and good, and it's less a fake commercial. It's not real. Maybe someone will buy it from you because it's so good. And since you already put it up on TikTok, you own it, you know? So that's what I would say to like practice stuff is either find an old commercial that no one cares about and practice it and do it completely different than the way that they did it, or to make up your own commercial. Very good. Jessica just said, great. I love using Gemini to make monologues. Yeah, I know people who do it all the time. You put in an idea, you kind of tell them what you want to say, and they make it better than I could, so that you would never be able to do that and have something that's fresh and new. And I think that's great. It takes your own ideas and refines them. And I'm like, great, refine it. My ideas are great, but they're not very refined. And it's great that you did one in Spanish because you're working on your language skills. I think that's wonderful. Yeah, if you are going to audition in another language, it's good that if you have a little bit of understanding of how to improvise. Yeah, I've definitely gotten callbacks for Spanish speaking things because I can speak Spanish like, when I have to, because I studied it for years. But right now, I couldn't just speak in Spanish about anything I wanted. The script is there, and so I do a good job. They believe me, and then I get there and I'm like, I can't improv. This is not. You gotta tell me what to say. So it's good to practice. So I would say practice if you have a second language. Does anyone have any other questions about auditioning for commercials or anything like that? Anything at all? I'm here to answer. Um, yeah, if you have any other thoughts, anything at all. Let me see if I have any other things that are. Oh, I'm glad you thought that that was helpful. I'm just thinking if there's anything else that um, sometimes you're going to audition for things that are commercials, but they're like print commercials, and they'll have you do stuff. And sometimes it's just dancing around and being silly. But you know what? You can make a lot of money. So should you submit to, do you mean, okay, so Freya, you asked, should I submit to commercials? Do you mean two auditions? Two takes? A take is one time through of you acting. So that's a take. And then if you do a second take, that is a second time through of you doing it. So if they have you audition for a commercial, just automatically get used to doing two. It'll get you really good. And if they don't want it, they'll be like, eh. But it's so short that they could easily watch it and they can see your range, which I think is important. I think it's important. Just showing that, because you don't know what's right. You don't know what they want. So show them a couple options. So I think that's a very helpful way to do it. Because if you were going to be in the room with them auditioning, they would be like, try it like this. And then you would try it like that. So now you just say to yourself, what's kind of opposite of what I just did? So I think it's very helpful for you if you do that. They often will give you a couple of days with the script. Where can we look for places holding these auditions? The castings that I know that 99 has them. They're there. You can also check out auditions online for commercials, and there will be sites that have them for your region. And I'm not sure where you live, so you just have to look. So, will they tell you the same info like what to wear and whether to come fresh faced or in makeup? So, for makeup, hair, and clothing, wear whatever is appropriate for the character. So, I'm wearing a comic book shirt right now. It has words on it. I don't recommend wearing anything with words on it um for anything because they'll be reading this. But if I'm playing like a comic book nerd, like my character's like a big old comic book nerd, which I am, maybe I would wear this because it pretty much tells you I like Marvel, you know? Um, but for the most part, the outfit should just match. Like if you're playing a doctor, wear a suit or like a professional looking outfit. Don't wear scrubs because that's not how doctors dress when they're not in the OR, they dress like with a suit. If you're wearing like playing a parent, you can wear a t-shirt or a hoodie or a button down, a sweater, whatever. And hair and makeup should just match the character. I don't know the answer about knowing about auditions being legit or not. Like I'm not the one to know. I don't know the answer to that. Don't ever send anyone any money to audition. You pay for when you use a site like 99 or Casting Networks or Actors Access or Backstage, you will pay to like have the service because those are services. All the things, even 99, they're all services. So they have the online database that you are paying to be a part of. But no casting director should say, you need to pay me money to audition. No, 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 no. Like you can be part of a service. Like I pay to be part of Actors Access and Casting Networks because my agents, I have to put my videos there. So there are services that you pay for, but I don't pay to audition. I pay to host my videos there, if that makes any sense. That's just the way it goes in this industry. It's like I've been working for a long time and I have profiles not on 99 but in other services similar that my agents use and I have to pay for those. So you pay for the service, but don't pay for the audition per se, like someone asking you for money to be able to audition like a casting director saying, you can't audition for this unless you give me money. That's very different than like a service, which is what 99 and other things. Just trying to explain. I have agents and managers because I've been doing this for a long time. When I started out, I did not. Okay. When I started out, I did not have an agent or manager. So I was looking for everything myself. And I found things myself. And I actually got my very first on-camera role was through 99. It was a reenactment show about people cheating. And I played a pastor because it seems like that's all the shows. Um, and don't worry, it wasn't the last time I played a pastor in a reenactment. Dress the part. That's correct, Carrie. A dad, what to wear. So, you should wear something that looks like a dad. Think about what dads would wear to the park. And when it's like, what kind of dad is it in the script? Is it like a biker dad? That like the point is that they're like a biker that's also a dad and it's funny. So there's specific roles sometimes that will tell you this is the kind of dad. But think suburban. Like if you're going to be playing a dad, think like what would a suburban dad wear to go to the park with the kids? That's kind of the idea, you know. Denim, denim shirt, denim jacket. Um, When you audition, sometimes you just get your part. You don't get the entire script. So you just have to do your best to figure it out. And if you really can't figure out what the hell's going on, ask a question to the casting. Be like, put a specific question. Don't just say, tell me what you want me to do. No. Don't ever say, how do you want me to do this? That's your job. Your job is to decide how to do this. And their job is to be like, try this, try this. You have to come in with something. So don't be like, how do you want me to do this? Just be like, if you don't understand the relationship, am I talking to my mom? Am I talking to my sister? Those are two very different relationships. Um, they do often like more natural makeup. Yes, Leslie. Um, oh, very good. You have your first stage rehearsal next week. That's wonderful. Congrats. Congrats, congrats, congrats. I love people working. I love people getting to do things and experience things because it's wonderful. Um, yeah, any other questions? We're getting close to the end. Oh, so I hope everyone is having fun. If you enjoy my workshops, just know I uh, life has changed for me and I will not be doing them for a little bit in the future. Um, my schedule is just not going to fit with doing any workshops. I hopefully will be able to come back and do them in the future, but for the next few months, I will not be here, and I'm so sorry. No, it's good things. It's a job, but it just means I'm not available. I thank you for appreciating me, Kennard. Spill the tea, Karen. Hope you have a happy weekend. It's my birthday this weekend, so I'm gonna have a happy weekend no matter what. Oh, patience. I don't have any patience. Bob, you keep well. I'm so happy to have met you, Bob. Thank you, Carrie, for the birthday wishes. Um, I'm Freya. I'm so sorry. I know. I appreciate all of you, and I love all of you too. Thank you, Paul, for the birthday wishes. Thank you, Kai, for the birthday wishes. You're welcome, Joe, for the information. Um, Freya, thank you for the congratulations and the birthday wishes. Joe, thank you for the birthday wishes. You're welcome, Rena. I hope I have a happy birthday too. And Martha, thank you for the birthday wishes. Oh, and someone else is June 5th. Geminis Unite. Uh, oh, Leslie, I'm gonna miss it too. So I hope to be back soon. But thank you for the birthday wishes. Thank you, Rob, down in Miami. Thank you for the birthday wishes and the Rhonda, you're very welcome. Thanks for the birthday wishes. And Carrie, oh, I'm so happy that you've come to the two that you've had with me. It's been fun. Um, oh, thank you, Sharon. Thank you. And thank you. Um, thank you so much for that birthday wishes. Um, and thank you for the good luck, Ryan. Thank you for the happy birthday. Thank you so much. Uh, Marianne, you're very welcome. Eric, I love all of the cute little um emojis. Thank you for the birthday wishes. Maurice, thank you for the birthday wishes. And Rob, thank you. Thank you very much. Paul, thank you very much. Nice to meet you too, Marianne. All right. So, I hope everyone has a wonderful weekend. Enjoy the summer. It's going to be fun. Um, good. I'm glad I kept your spirits up, Jessica, and you're very welcome. All right, everyone. All right. Take care. Bye.